Here is my method of getting stuff done as someone who has chronic illness and really bad chronic fatigue. I actually have 4 autoimmune diseases and I have the most difficult career I've ever had, and I'm in the most difficult situation I've ever been put in, both physically and mentally. I'm not saying that this is 100% going to work for you, but this is just an idea, a tool that you can use to help you get stuff done. First things first, there's usually a pattern to our fatigue. So for example, I deal with fatigue in some capacity every single day. Around my menstrual cycle, it gets a lot worse. But there are times during the day that my fatigue isn't as bad, and that's typically between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. Now, obviously, I'm at work normally during those times, but on the weekend, this is where I really focus in on things that I need to get done around the house. And I am not perfect by any means, okay? I actually am trying to find someone who's going to help come do a maintenance clean for me once a month. And I'm only doing that for the meantime while I'm working, and then once I'm not working, then I will just pick up that slack myself. My husband is really great because he helps out with a lot of stuff around the house, but I also don't want all of it to fall on him because sometimes he's not here and also he works just as many hours as I do. Okay, so once you find a pattern to your fatigue, you need to know those few hours that you are probably going to be the most productive and your fatigue is probably going to be the least problematic. You need to pick your top 3 things that you want to get done for that day. Now you can decide it the night before. You can make a weekly schedule where on Mondays you do this task, Tuesdays you do this task, or you could just decide the morning of depending on how your energy levels are. I think any of those options are totally okay depending on where you're at with your situation. For example, it is Sunday and my top 3 things I have on my list are to wash the sheets. I should note that also includes me unmaking and making the bed, which is really hard on my back as someone with ankylosing spondylitis. The second one is getting a good vacuum done around the entire house, and the third one is washing my makeup sponges and brushes. So those are the 3 tasks that I'm going to work on between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. and they're kind of like my non-negotiables for the day. Like I gotta get those done. And other things I have to do, like washing the dishes and wiping off the counters, if I can't get to it today or if I don't have enough energy to get to it today, that is okay. I'm not going to let myself go to sleep worrying, crying, and stressing about it. And I think that's the most important thing. Like you got your top 3 things, you do it during your most productive hours if you can, and then don't let yourself go to sleep. Don't let yourself go to bed worrying about the 20 other things that you wanted to do. You gotta let it go. And if it gets bad enough, make sure that one of those items is on your list for the next day. I hope this helps. What are your top 3 things that you really want to get done today? And let me know when you complete them.